Hey guys, I'm sure everyone has been hearing a lot of things within the past week about a lawsuit going on in the real estate industry, but there seems to be a lot of confusion out there about what this all means. Are realtor commissions going away? Was there a conspiracy for commission fixing? Are realtors going away entirely? Everyone seems to have a lot more questions than answers, so let me see if we can shed some light on this issue. This lawsuit allegedly stated that the National Association of Realtors, or NAR, multiple real estate brokerages, and some of the MLSs were working together to keep commissions inflated at 6%, and that they were also making sellers pay buyer agent commissions. Last week, NAR announced a settlement agreement within that series of commission lawsuits. So since then, there's been a lot of speculation about what this means for agents, consumers, and the entire real estate industry. The reality is, assuming the court approves the settlement, there's still a lot in the air about how these new rules will be defined and then put into place. Also, these changes won't go into effect until July. So here are the big main points. Number one is that commissions are completely negotiable, and they always have been. The second thing is, in most cases in the past, the seller would agree to pay the listing agent a commission. Then the listing agent would offer to split that commission with the buyer's agent to encourage buyers to buy that particular home. Now these two commissions will be separated. The seller will agree to pay the seller's agent a certain amount, and then if they choose to, the seller can offer a buyer's agent a separate commission. If not, the buyer will have to cover their own agent commission. So the last thing that's really changing on the agent side is that commissions will no longer be added to the MLS. This will now be something that is worked out in the negotiations without the MLS involvement. The argument made for this decision are that buyers should pay for their own agents, and it's not the seller's responsibility, and I completely understand this argument. Of course, there are always unintended consequences. On the buyer's side, they may not have the funds to pay a realtor because they are focused on the down payment and other costs of the transaction. This could result in the buyer deciding to not be represented by an agent at all. This would create a whole host of other problems, just as representing yourself in court could also result in disaster. On the seller's side, buyers might decide to not even look at a house that isn't offering a buyer's side commission because they know they won't be able to afford it, which would get sellers less exposure and end with potential price reductions. This means that they might get even less for their home than if they had offered a buyer's side commission. Which brings me to another point. Historically, when a house would go on the market, the list price of that home would reflect the commissions that were offered. In order to adjust for the amount of the commissions offered, the price of the home would need to come down as well. So it really is 6 in one hand and half a dozen in the other. If sellers don't offer a commission, the price of the home will need to be adjusted accordingly, and this is something that will need to be taken into consideration when pricing a home moving forward. So real estate agents are there to provide for their clients with the utmost faith and loyalty. Clarity for our clients is a great thing, and agents might have been doing a bad job in the past on providing that clarity, and this NAR settlement is really changing that. When we speak with our clients, we figure out what their particular situation is, how much they are looking to net if they're a seller, or what they're able to contribute if they're a buyer. And then we figure out a solution for all parties involved in the transaction. I'll keep everyone updated on any new changes with the industry as it's an ever-developing landscape right now. If you have any questions or need anything, feel free to reach out.